Let's move a few blocks over from the White House to Capitol Hill, where Arizona Congresswoman Representative Martha McSally is standing by. What about that, Representative? Do you think that there might be any chance that there's a little shaker of salt, the state and local tax deduction elimination discussion going on as it pertains to the budget?
Well, I think these need to stay separate. We are racing to get our differences worked out between the House and the Senate on tax reform. It's unfortunate that no Democrats support this generational tax cut for the middle class and something that's going to create jobs and make America compete again on the world stage economically. So it's unfortunate that they're playing politics with the tax cut. So we've got to work through our differences. There are some measures related to state and local taxes in there already, and get that done. This is a separate discussion on the budget deal,
Absolutely.
And one reason we're delayed is because Chuck and Nancy didn't show up to the last meeting in the White House. So I'm glad to see they're finally doing their job and in these conversations.
And it seemed like a very civil and quite calm and friendly moment there, at least what we saw in front of the cameras. Let's get to the budget. Congresswoman, we're looking at 20 and a half hours left before the government runs out of money and has to shut down. When will the House vote? We understand it's any moment, and how will you vote?
Yeah, the House is going to vote this afternoon on a 2-week CR. I'm confident that will get passed. I am going to be a yes vote. But the Senate needs 60 votes to pass it. So we need Republicans and enough Democrats in order to keep it open. So the ball is in their court, and the Democrats need to come on board. Let me tell you, as somebody who has served in the military, continuing resolutions are not good. They're certainly better than a government shutdown. And right now, with the threats in the world, I met with the U.S. Forces Korea commander this morning. We have got to move towards funding the government and passing the DOD budget, which we've already passed through the House.
Because we should be thinking long term, not another 2 weeks in advance or, 6 months. That's ridiculous for Americans, or even the 2018 midterm elections, which will shut every decision down. But you got to be speed talking here. We understand that the House has just taken a recess. I want to get to the DACA issue because Dreamers and immigration matter to your state of Arizona. Would you give on adding something about the Dreamers into the budget so that it can pass?
Well, let me tell you what matters to our state the most, which is making sure that our military is funded and that they have everything they need to do their job. And so we have got to get the funding to our troops. A continuing resolution is harmful for our troops. Right now, we've actually increased in the House-passed defense bill $64 billion above the sequester number. So the longer they're on a continuing resolution, the less that they can do, and it's harming our military. So the most important thing is to make sure our troops get what they need, and we pass the defense bill. We got to work out our differences. Again, we've had a delay because they didn't show up to the last meeting. And look, we're working through some ideas to address the DACA issue. However, while we're doing that, we need to ensure that we address the root causes as to why we even have this many people in this situation. Those are legitimate concerns by myself and others, like border security, immigration reform, sanctuary cities.
But let me just jump
in
here. Among Trump voters, there was a poll that indicated that some 75% of Trump voters were fine with letting the Dreamers stay.
We are working through discussions on a legislative solution for this group of people while also addressing the very real issues of border security, sanctuary cities, chain migration, and other issues. These conversations are ongoing, and they should not be held up with government funding or a government shutdown threat. Look, ultimately, the Democrats are going to have to decide, are they willing to hold our military hostage in order to support these illegal aliens? That is not the right choice, and it's not one that they should be holding hostage or playing politics with our military readiness. That's a separate conversation, and that deadline is in March, and these discussions are ongoing for that solution. Do not put them together. Right now, let's fund our troops. Let's get that across the finish line because they deserve everything we need, and the American citizens are very much focused on that.
And we need to, maintenance alone with our troops is extraordinarily important. Congresswoman, thank you. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Martha McSally, a pilot as well in the military. Unbelievable.